What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim, back with another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a question that I surprisingly get asked pretty frequently. And that question is, am I afraid of dying alone or growing old and not having anyone to take care of me? Now, the reason people ask me this question is because people know that I'm living a child-free life. I do not want kids. Do not want kids. Emphatically, don't want kids. When I was younger, I was a little like wishy-washy, maybe, but now, no, I don't want them. Also, people know that I'm not a big fan of marriage for me personally. If I was to find someone and they wanted to be in my life for long term, cool. But this ideal of going out and trying to find someone to be with the rest of my life and making it legal with the government and all that just doesn't appeal to me. I could take it or leave it, if I find somebody. And also, people know I live kind of a nomadic lifestyle. I just don't live the normal lifestyle of settling down and having a family and all of that. So people wonder, aren't you afraid about the future? Who's gonna take care of you? What if you never find a life partner? You're not scared of dying alone. And the short answer is no. Short answer is no. I can look you in the face through this camera in the eye and tell you that the short answer is no. I really am not concerned about either dying alone or having no one to take care of me when I get older. And the reason I'm not concerned about it is because that's the future. That's way down the line. We're dealing with, 20, 25, 30 years in the future. I just don't have the brain capacity to worry that far in the future. And I'm definitely not going to make life choices now that I really don't want to make just because I'm worried about what's going to happen to me 20, 30, 40 years in the future. Honestly, I might not even make it to old age. I might not have to die. Sorry, that just tickled me. I might not have to die alone at 60 or 70 because I could die at 41, 42, 50. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I may not ever have to have anyone take care of me in old age because I might not make it to old age. Okay? So I'm not going to make life choices now during this time period of my life that I can't control, during the present, because I'm worried about things in the future that might not ever come to pass. Okay? Or I could live to a ripe old age and the universe could put someone in my life at that time to take care of me. And so I would hate to have made decisions now that made me miserable or made me unhappy, or that were not uniquely me because I was worried about the future when the universe has already got the future figured out. Okay? One of the things that I'm trying to learn to do, I've been able to do it a little, but I'm trying to learn it even more, is just letting go. Just letting go. Letting go of all the worry and just letting go of wondering about what's going to happen in the future and trying to figure everything out. No. I have come to the realization I am not smart enough to design and figure out a life that would solve all the possible worries I could have for the future. If you think about it, any task you think about doing or any adventure you think about endeavoring on, between you and all the people around you, you could come up with a million reasons not to do it, a million things that go wrong. Anytime you look in the future, you can think of just so many bad things that could possibly happen to you. I, for one, am not smart enough to come up with a path through life that solves all of those. I'm not. So what I try to do is make decisions in the present, in my life now, that make me happy and that are in line with the life I want to live. Now, I can look forward and say, oh yeah, if I make this decision, well, this might not work out. But who's to say my life is even going to go down that path? Who's to say that the world is still going to be here? Who knows? Who knows? I just look at so many people and they make these decisions in life based on probable things that could happen that might not ever happen. So because they're scared of being alone for 10 years in their 70s, they make decisions in their 30s that make them miserable or unhappy for 50 years. I just think we've lost this gift of living in the present moment and enjoying our life and being more concerned about happiness and enjoyment and joy and helping others than what's going to happen to me down the line. You know, we're so worried. We're so worried these days. Like, come on. We are just so worried. And it gets me worked up because so many people are unhappy. At the end of the day, it's about happiness, okay? And I am focused on my current happiness. That's all I can be focused on. I can't focus on the past. I can look back at some of the happiness I had in the past and use that as fuel for me to keep living the way I'm living now so I can be happy in the present. But I can't always figure out my future happiness. All I can do is my present happiness and hope that it carries over, okay? But I think so many people don't do that. So many people are focused on like, they're so worried about something bad happening in the future. Or they're so focused on, oh, I got to do this so the future is right, that they're not happy in the present. And guess what happens? When that future they're worried about becomes the present, they're not going to be happy then either. You can't do all this craziness and make decisions based on fears for 30 years and think on the 31st year your life is suddenly going to change, everything's going to be okay. No. It is like a discipline. You have to train yourself to be happy. You know, you have to fight to be happy. And that's what I'm trying to do. And so one of the things I cannot allow is I cannot allow fears and worries about the future, things that are 20, 30 years from now, to affect my decisions now. I just can't. You know, I can't. And here's the other thing too, like, I'm not so worried about like my existence. Okay, one of the things I've been trying to work on is like the lessening of ego. Okay, I know I talk a lot about myself on this channel, but like that's kind of the gig. If I could sit around and talk about other people, if I knew other people as intimately as I know myself, I'd talk about other people more. But on this channel, it's kind of the gig. But just in general, I'm trying to focus less on myself. And I come to the realization that like, does it really matter what happens to me in my 60s? If I get to my 60s and it gets rough and I have no one to take care of me and I really have to struggle, well, guess what? I'm gonna do what I have to do to endure. Just like now. Just like now. No matter how bad or how rough my life gets, I have to endure it. 60, when I get my 60s or get my 70s, it's gonna be the same thing. If I have someone in my life to help me with it, cool. If not, I'm still going to endure. I don't plan on ever having any kids. I don't want to have any kids, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to get there without any kids to fall back on. And I'm just going to have to figure it out, you know. But at the end of the day, if it all goes sideways and ends badly, so what? You know, there's not this. I just don't have this ideal anymore that my life has to be great and everything has to work out fine, because I mean that's not realistic. That's just not realistic. But we spend our early years making all these decisions thinking about, if I get it right now in my 20s and 30s, life is going to be great in my 60s. No, this does not happen. At least not on this planet, in this universe. It does not happen. So I've stopped pretending. And I honestly really like don't care. like I'm getting to the point where like, today is a good day. I got up, I ate, you know, I'm making this video. I'm gonna probably go for a hike later. Today's a good day. That's about as far as I really need to take it. You know, I may look a few months in the future. You know, you still try to plan your life out at the best you can. But, you know, maybe months in the future, some things you might want to do next year, things like that. But as far as like worrying about being alone in my 60s, I really don't care. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. like, you know what I mean? And here's the thing: if the internet and YouTube's around, hey, that's just more videos for me to make. How to survive on your own as a 68-year-old man with nobody? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all part of the journey. It is all part of the journey, and I am not willing to trade my happiness and my freedom. My happiness and my freedom now, just because I'm nervous that like I'll be old and there'll be nobody around. If that's what happens, that's what happens. I'll embrace it. I'll endure it. I'll see what life is like when that happens. And that's really, you know, a kind of a mindset I try to help other people cultivate, is just let go. Don't worry so much, especially about stuff way in the future. What is going to happen is going to happen. Honestly, all this stuff you're doing to try to keep something from happening does not keep it from happening. Things happen. That's just the universe we live in. Things happen. We can influence and change a few things, but most of the big things in life we have no control over. You know, if you got a feeling you don't want to do certain things, don't do them. If you got a feeling that certain lifestyles aren't for you, don't live them. Okay? If you have a feeling that a certain lifestyle is for you, do it. If you feel like certain decisions are what you want to do, despite the fact that everybody else says don't do them, do them. Okay? And don't worry about the future. The future is going to do what it's going to do. The universe, God, whatever, has seen the future. It's got you. It's got you. It knows where you're headed, what path you need to be on. It's got you. And I think those little voices in the back of your head that are telling you, hey, do this, or hey, don't do this, are actually the universe, God, the source, whatever, guiding you down the right path. And I know for me, this whole child-free life, this whole single, this whole just going on your own, being as free as you possibly can, I think that is a lifestyle that suits me the most. Like I said, if certain things come in my life later, cool. But as for me now, this is a path we're on, and I really have no fear about where that's going to lead in the future, because I'm going to endure it no matter what. Anyway, I'm Tim. Thanks for watching. Check my social media down in the description box if you want to see more of the journey or message me, but also in the comment box before you go, if you got time. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the future, certain things you might be doing that other people think are crazy, fears you might have, or fears you've gotten over. Anything you want to talk about, put it in the comment box below. I do read the comments and respond. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll talk to y'all later.